Good morning, you guys. Just wanted to pop on here and say that hope everybody's doing well, and I hope that you will try to practice social distancing and wear your mask over the holidays. Okay, guys, today's video is going to be continuing the Behind the Veil series. So today's subject is going to be, is your foundation strong? Is your foundation strong? And what I mean by that is, I mean that when we go through things, who do you lean on? Who can you lean on when you go through things? Is your foundation shored up in the Lord? Do you lean on Jesus, or do you lean on whoever you believe, whatever religion you practice? I know for me, I lean on Jesus. My mother and my grandmother and my great grandmother raised me to be strong and learn how to navigate this world with a disability. Especially my mother. My mother said, you want something, you try your best to go after it yourself. She said, I will be here to support you, she said, but you try it for yourself. So before I jump into the subject today, I just want to say, make sure to all my friends in Georgia, the early voting has started, and it started on December the 14th, and it'll end on December the 31st, and then the election day will be on January the 5th. So, as I said, today's topic is your foundation strong enough to support you when you go through things? And I just want to talk to you for a few minutes about shoring up your foundation. Now, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, I'm not an evangelist, I'm not anything like that. I'm just a good old southern guy in a wheelchair talking to you from a perspective of a black man in a wheelchair in America. I need to make sure that I stay prayed up in the midst of this coronavirus. So make sure that you do everything that the doctors tell you to do, everything that the experts tell you to do, but make sure that your foundation is shored up in God or whatever religion you believe in or practice. Make sure your foundation is shored up. And what I want to say to you is, when you practice what you preach, things will be better for you in the long run. And I'll explain what I mean by that. What I mean by that is, say what you mean what you say when you say it. When you know, it takes me back to when I was a little boy, my mother oftentimes she would come to, well, I lived with my mother at my grandma's house, but she would come to my Aunt Demetrius' house and braid my hair, and I got to spend time with my mother. And I told God, I said, God, those were the best times because I love my mother for who she is and who she's grown to be. But, oftentimes we are the image of what we see. We are a product of our environment. We are our parents' children. So when they tried to instill in me as her firstborn, she tried to instill in me the value and the good work ethic that I have today. I rarely ask anybody for anything, and that's a flaw in, there's a character flaw for me because sometimes you need a little help. Now, watch this. I will say to you, it's a struggle for me to ask for anything because I rely on and I make sure that my foundation in Jesus or in the Lord is shored up. Because let me tell you something. Oh, my mama ain't gonna be here always. Now, my mama's gonna live for the next 120, 125 years, 200 years. Because she is she's not perfect, but nobody is, but she is my one and only, and besides my sister, she's my one and only true heart. So, in making sure that my foundation is assured in the Lord, I walk with Him every day. Okay, but like I said, I'm not a preacher or a teacher or an evangelist. I'm just giving you my point of view of how I see it. You, especially in today's COVID times, you got to make sure that your foundation is shored up in the Lord. And because we are losing hundreds of thousands of people, I don't want to say every day, but we're losing hundreds of thousands of people, if not daily, weekly or monthly. All right. So what I'm trying to get at is make sure that you are safe and practicing what the experts tell us to practice so we can get this virus under control. But I also want to say to you, for those of you that are struggling with this pandemic or with anything, you can leave me a comment, leave me a comment, share this video, like this video, and I will pray for you. Leave me a comment, leave me your prayer request, and I will pray for you. But like I said, I'm not trying to come over here and be a preacher. I'm just giving you my perspective as a black man in America. And this virus is killing black people at an alarming rate more than white people. It's affecting our Latinx community and our Hispanic community and all the communities of color at an alarming rate more than it is our Caucasian or white brothers and sisters. It affects us way more. So we gotta make sure that we are listening to our physicians. We, even though we trust God in our community, we have to make sure that we also go to the doctor when we feel any kind of symptoms. Um, Now, this is important, and I'm going to conclude right here. Just make sure that you are doing what you need to do, not only to survive, but to thrive. I know some of you have lost your job, some of you are down and out. If you need me to pray for you, or if you want to send me your comments, you can leave them in the leave them in the leave me a comment or whatever, or I'll put in the description box uh what this video is about. But when you click this video, just know that you have somebody on your side. You're not alone, because I know many of us feel alone in this pandemic. Not just our community as a community of color, many other communities feel alone in this pandemic. But I'm here to tell you, from a disability perspective and from a black man's perspective, you are not alone. I am with you. We are with you. And God is with you. So take care of one another, and we'll see you on Monday.